Hidden signs of muscle loss. Most seniors ignore. Your muscles may be disappearing right now, not next year, not 10 years from now. Today, and most seniors never notice it happening. They blame aging, they blame being tired, they blame a bad night's sleep, but the real problem often hides in plain sight. The danger isn't looking weaker, the danger is losing independence. Because muscle loss doesn't start when you need a walker, it starts years earlier. It begins with small changes. Standing up becomes harder, stairs feel steeper, carrying groceries feels heavier, and one day, simple tasks suddenly feel impossible. The shocking part? Many seniors miss the warning signs completely. By the end of this video, you'll discover 7 hidden signs of muscle loss that many people over 60 ignore, simple self-checks you can do at home, and practical ways to protect your strength, mobility, balance, and confidence. But one of these signs surprises almost everyone, and it may already be happening to you. Most people think muscle loss is something they can see in the mirror. That's rarely how it starts. Age-related muscle loss, often called sarcopenia, develops gradually. Year after year, small amounts of muscle tissue disappear. The process can begin as early as your 30s, but it often accelerates after age 60. What makes it dangerous is that the first signs are subtle, and that's why so many people overlook them. Let's start with the first hidden warning sign. Sign number 1 is needing your hands to stand up from a chair. Think about the last time you got up from the couch. Did you push off with both hands? Did you rock forward several times before standing? Did you need momentum to get up? Many people assume this is normal aging, but often it's one of the earliest signs that the muscles in your thighs and hips are becoming weaker. These muscles act like the engine that powers movement. Every time you stand, walk, climb stairs, or get out of bed, they go to work. When they weaken, your body quietly creates workarounds. You lean forward more, you use your arms, you move slower. The problem is that these compensations can continue for years before someone realizes what's happening. Here's a simple self-test. Sit in a sturdy chair. Cross your arms over your chest. Try standing up without using your hands. If it feels difficult, slow, or unstable, your lower body strength may need attention. But here's where it gets dangerous. Weak leg muscles don't just affect standing, they increase fall risk. And falls remain one of the biggest threats to independence in older adults. Now let's move to sign number 2. Walking slower than you used to. Most people never notice this change because it happens gradually. You don't wake up one morning walking dramatically slower. Instead, your pace decreases little by little. A few seconds here, a few seconds there, until one day family members begin walking ahead of you. Walking speed is actually one of the strongest indicators of overall physical function. Researchers sometimes call it a vital sign of aging. Why? Because walking requires multiple systems working together: muscles, nerves, balance, circulation, joint health. Energy production. When muscle mass declines, walking often becomes slower and less efficient. Here's a quick test. Walk your normal pace across a room. Ask yourself honestly, are you moving confidently or are you carefully placing each step? Do you avoid walking long distances? Do you look for places to sit more often? These can be important clues. Most people miss them because the change happens so gradually, but your body notices and your muscles notice. Now let's talk about sign number 3. Feeling unusually tired after everyday activities. This surprises many people. When they think about muscle loss, they think about weakness. They don't think about fatigue. But muscle tissue acts like a metabolic engine. Healthy muscles help produce energy efficiently. As muscle mass declines, everyday activities demand more effort. Tasks that once felt easy suddenly leave you exhausted. Carrying laundry, working in the garden, shopping for groceries, even walking through a parking lot. Many seniors assume this fatigue is simply part of aging. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes your body is working harder because it has less muscle available to perform the same tasks. Imagine driving uphill with a smaller engine. You'll still reach the top, but you'll use more fuel. That's exactly what often happens when muscle mass decreases. And this leads to a shocking truth. Many people focus entirely on body weight. But weight alone can be misleading. You can maintain the same weight while losing significant muscle and gaining body fat. The scale may stay unchanged. Meanwhile, strength continues declining. That's why muscle health matters more than many people realize. Sign number 4 is struggling with stairs. Pay attention to what happens when you approach a staircase. Do you grab the handrail immediately? Do you pull yourself upward with your arms? Do your legs feel heavy halfway up? Stair climbing requires powerful muscles in the thighs, hips, and core. When these muscles weaken, stairs often become one of the first challenges people notice. Many seniors adapt without realizing it. They avoid stairs, they take elevators, they rearrange their routines. The adaptation works temporarily, but the underlying issue continues progressing. Here's a simple observation. Think back 5 years. Would your younger self move up those same stairs differently? If the answer is yes, your body may be revealing an important clue. Now let's pause for another self-test. Stand near a wall for safety. Balance on one foot. See how long you can comfortably maintain stability. Then switch sides. Balance depends on many factors, but strong muscles play a critical role. If balance feels noticeably worse than before, muscle loss may be contributing. And this brings us to sign number 5, reduced balance and increased wobbling. This is where many people become concerned, not because they feel weak, but because they feel less stable. Maybe you notice yourself reaching for furniture. Maybe you hold railings more tightly. Maybe uneven sidewalks feel intimidating. Balance isn't just controlled by the inner ear, it's also heavily influenced by muscle strength and nerve communication. Think of your muscles as a support team constantly making tiny adjustments. Every second you're standing, they help keep you upright. When muscle strength decreases, those adjustments become less effective. This increases the likelihood of slips, trips, and falls. And here's something most people miss. Many serious falls happen long before someone considers themselves frail. The warning signs often appear years earlier, which is why paying attention now matters so much. Let's move to sign number 6. Your grip strength is declining. This hidden sign is incredibly important. In fact, many researchers view grip strength as a window into overall muscle health. Try opening a jar, carrying shopping bags, holding heavy objects, using gardening tools. Do these tasks feel harder than they once did? Weakening grip strength can reflect broader changes occurring throughout the body. It's rarely just about the hands. Instead, it may signal declining muscle function elsewhere. Here's a quick test. Hold a moderately heavy grocery bag. Does it feel much heavier than expected? Do you need to switch hands frequently? Do your fingers fatigue quickly? These can be subtle clues. But here's where things get interesting. The same biological processes that affect your hands often affect your legs, hips, and core. That's why grip strength has gained so much attention among aging researchers. Now for sign number 7. You're becoming less active without realizing it. This may be the most overlooked sign of all. Many people assume muscle loss causes inactivity, but inactivity also accelerates muscle loss. The relationship works both ways. Maybe you skip walks more often. Maybe you avoid physical hobbies. Maybe you sit longer between activities. Maybe you postpone tasks until tomorrow. The changes seem harmless, yet each reduction in movement sends a message to your muscles. The message is simple. You're not needed as much, and the body responds accordingly. Muscle tissue that isn't regularly challenged begins shrinking. This creates a cycle. Less activity leads to less muscle leads to less activity. The cycle becomes increasingly difficult to break. But here's the good news. This is where the story can change. Because muscle loss is not always a one-way road. Many seniors can improve strength, mobility, and function with the right habits. Let's talk about solutions. First, protein. Muscles are constantly being repaired and rebuilt. Without adequate protein, that process becomes less efficient. Foods such as fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, lean poultry, beans, and cottage cheese can help support muscle maintenance. Many older adults consume less protein than they realize. Spreading protein throughout the day may be especially helpful. Second, resistance training. This is one of the most effective tools available, and no, you don't need a gym. Simple chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance bands, step-ups, light dumbbell exercises. These movements challenge muscles and encourage adaptation. The body responds remarkably well even later in life. This surprises many people because the common belief is that aging automatically means becoming weaker. In reality, muscles often respond to training far better than expected. Third, prioritize daily movement. Short walks matter. Standing more often matters. Taking stairs when appropriate matters. Movement sends a powerful signal. It tells your body that strength is still required, and the body listens. Fourth, support healthy blood flow. Your muscles depend on circulation to receive oxygen and nutrients. Walking, staying hydrated, avoiding smoking, and managing cardiovascular health can all contribute to better circulation. Think of blood vessels as delivery routes. When those routes function efficiently, muscles receive what they need. When circulation is compromised, performance suffers. Fifth, protect nerve health. Muscles and nerves operate as partners. The brain sends signals. The muscles execute commands. Conditions affecting nerve function can interfere with strength, balance, and coordination. That's why persistent numbness, tingling, unusual weakness, or sudden changes deserve medical attention. And this leads to an important point. When should you see a doctor? If weakness develops rapidly, if falls become more frequent, if balance suddenly worsens, if unexplained weight loss occurs, if daily activities become noticeably harder. Professional evaluation can help identify underlying causes and guide treatment. Now let's talk about transformation. Imagine waking up feeling steadier. Imagine standing from a chair with confidence. Imagine climbing stairs without hesitation. Imagine walking through a store without constantly searching for a place to sit. Those changes don't happen overnight, but they begin with awareness. Most people ignore the early signals. You don't have to. The earlier muscle loss is recognized, the more opportunities exist to take action. And that's the message I want you to remember. The goal isn't becoming a bodybuilder. The goal isn't chasing perfection. The goal is preserving freedom. Freedom to walk where you want. Freedom to travel. Freedom to play with grandchildren. Freedom to live on your own terms. Every healthy choice becomes an investment in that future. Every walk, every exercise session, every protein-rich meal, every effort to stay active, they all add up. And while aging is inevitable, losing function is not something you should automatically accept. Your muscles are speaking to you every day. The question is whether you're listening. If you recognized even one of these 7 hidden signs, don't panic. Awareness is powerful, because once you see the warning signs, you can start making changes. I'd love to hear from you. Which sign surprised you most? Was it difficulty standing, slower walking, weaker grip strength, balance problems, or something else? Leave your answer in the comments below. Your experience may help someone else realize they're not alone. And if you found this video valuable, consider subscribing for more practical senior health strategies focused on strength, mobility, circulation, balance, and healthy aging. One small habit today can make a huge difference tomorrow. And in our next video, we'll reveal the little-known morning mistake that quietly accelerates muscle weakness, balance problems, and mobility decline in adults over 60. Most seniors do it every day without realizing it. You won't want to miss that one.